at it. I am determined to get the bottom sanded. So let's get the mask and the goggles on and get to work here. About time. Well, guys, we're making good progress here. Definitely going to finish this afternoon. I've got to check the time, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to be good to go here. Let me turn this around and show you what we've done so far. We have done all of this forward so far since I got onto this afternoon, and I've got to get this one area. I always hate this area right here in the crotch, which is where the hull takes a downswing into the keel. That's always a nasty area to get. But what I just did, I've been using an old, well, not old, but I've been using an 80 grit disc. And man, the thing is so slow. And I just found my 60s, and so I'm back onto my 60s. And I think I'll be able to finish this off pretty quickly. And then once I get forward to this, all I've got left is what you see right there. You see how far down I've come? I just got to finish just coming down onto the keel, around this stand, and back to right here in this area right here. It would be good to go. And then after that, my brother taught me how to move stands, and I'm going to be doing that and getting the areas that are underneath the stand pads. So, all right, get back to work. What do you think? Time to change the filters? Thank you, JJ. I'm going to go get a new set of filters right now before I finish this. Almost done. Almost done. Well, guys, I'm done. I got all done with the port. I got all done with the starboard side, and I just ducked my head underneath and looked on the port side. And man, I was a slob job over there. So I was going back and actually resanding some areas on the port side just to get a good clean sand of it. And anyway, so last thing I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead and hang on to this nasty suit one more time, and it's just for one thing, and that's when my brother comes. Hopefully he's going to help me with this. It's my birthday tomorrow, and I think he's going to help me. When my brother comes, what I'm going to do is we're going to move these stands, and move them just enough to where I can go ahead and sand underneath, have access to the areas that I just don't have access to right now. And because these stands have not been moved in 3.5 years, and I need to move them, get access to the area that I just cannot get to because of the ropes that are tied across, and because of the pads and so forth, and yeah, and it won't take me probably more than half an hour to finish all this up once I get access to that. So, all right, guys. Well, happy day. It seems like forever and a day that I've been sanding this stupid boat, and she's finally ready for some bottom paint. Good job. Hey, good evening, guys. Listen, been quite an awesome day. I can't believe we're this far along. We may actually get this old girl in the water this summer. Anyway, make a long story short, all the sanding is done, and tomorrow I begin to paint the boat. So I am so excited I can't even stand it. In the meantime, tonight my dad and I had our birthday parties. My dad just turned 90 years old, and believe it or not, I turned 70. And my brother was, and not just my brother, my mom and dad gave me some bucks that are going to be extremely useful for working on the boat. And then on top of that, my brother was just incredibly generous, which means, by the way, tomorrow morning I'm going to have a What's New corner all over again. Just looking forward to that. Also, just letting you know, I've already brought up my brand new gallon of ablative, excuse me, get this thing straight here, Randy. I brought up my brand new gallon of ablative paint, which I've had now for a year. And I'm going to be up at West Marine at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and they're going to shake it up for me free of charge. You know, I bought it there, so they're going to shake it up free of charge. And tomorrow, it all begins. I want to, first of all, go over the boot stripe all from stem to stern, port and starboard, with some mild sandpaper, just kind of get it cleaned up, wipe everything down, and then everything's got to be taped off before I start painting the bottom. But guys, I can't believe this trip. This trip is turning into amazing. So, hey, thanks for sticking with me. 3.5 years. 3.5 years I've been working on this boat. And finally the pieces are coming together. So with that, I say good night, and we'll catch you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Well, after hearing our morning concert there, and that's him right up there. I don't know if you can see him. All right. Well, good morning, guys. This is Wednesday, June 17th. It's my birthday today. And we're going to go out and do a morning greeting here and do a very special What's New corner because of the gifts my brother gave me last night. And describe what we're going to do today. This is a much long-awaited day, and I'm really looking forward to it. So let me meet you up in the cabin. All right, guys. So we're in the cabin and gonna do a very special What's New corner here. I'll tell you what a day yesterday. Wow, to finally be done with all the sanding, and then have my birthday party last night with my dad, who's 90 years old, and then my brother Gary began by giving, well, Mom and Dad gave me some money, which is going to be very helpful, but then my brother began by giving me what I knew was coming because we had already discussed it. Let me explain here that. Oh, good grief, probably 2 months ago, I had, West Marine had a sale on life jackets. And so I called them and I said, okay, well, I can't be there, but let me give you my card over the phone. I will buy those life jackets. And they were the cheapo ones. I think it was $30 for 3 life jackets. And they come in a pack, and, it was a cloth pack. And anyway, the long and the short of it, I was down here after that and forgot to pick them up. So I sent my brother by to pick them up for me because he lives down here. And he got there and they said, I don't know. They were clueless. They didn't know where they were, what had happened to them. So anyway, what my brother did, they had another batch of life jackets in a pack, 3 times more expensive than the first one, and he went ahead and bought that and gave it to me for my birthday last night. So let me go ahead and we'll swing this around and show you. We'll start off with that. So okay, so here's the pack, and I love. By the way, my brother has had this kind of a life jacket for a long time, and I think the very first time we went out kayaking, he loaned me one of these for the kayaking trip, and I said, I love this thing. It's not big and bulky and blocky like the one that I had bought. Hang on just a second, let me see if I can hold this. There we go. Yeah, I love these life jackets. They're so comfortable. Hey, it's not the new fancy-dancy inflatable jobs, but these things are very comfortable, not as bulky and blocky, and they're just great life jackets. Seriously, I don't mind that West Marine made these. They're great life jackets, and so that's a 3-pack. And so that's the first thing on What's New corner is little girl now has a full complement of life jackets. I bought one a while ago, and I'll probably bring that down also, but I think I may keep that for kayaking up in Vermont. So anyway, thank you, Gary. Appreciate it, old man. You're just a blessing. So anyway, birthday party was all over and everything was all wrapped up. And then my brother
brings in, and I was just as excited about this as I was the life jackets, okay? He brings in everything I need to paint the boat. Amazing. Okay, so we're going to start off. So there's the roller. You guys know what this is all about. There's the rollers. He says these things are indispensable. He's been bottom painting for years and years and years, okay? And he said this is the way to go. And he bought me a 4-pack of the rollers and the roller mechanism here. A couple of foam brushes that are awesome, and I'm going to need those. I know what I'm going to be doing with them already. Some masking tape, which you definitely need to do the boot stripe. And last but not least, almost, is it 2 trays? Yeah, I think it's 2 trays for the bottom paint. So I think it's, anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's at least 2 trays there. So anyway, Gary, again, boy, I could not have done better. My brother, he's just an awesome guy, and I love him, man. Okay, then last but not least, and this, I got this, and I said, yes, finally, I have my own. Anyway, okay, you guys know what this is all about, right? Okay, aside from being a great ship's bucket, which it is, it's obviously, and I hope nobody gets offended, it's obviously your very, very practical toilet. I'm not going to describe it any more than that, But anyway, if you're at sea and you got to go, hello. I'm not going to say any more than that. But Gary, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Awesome ship's bucket. And will get used for rinsing down the cockpit, for, whatever, just a very, very useful tool for washing the boat when you put some sudsy water in there with a brush. Gonna be cool. All right, guys, let me turn this around. We're going to finish this up and describe what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so after breakfast, which I'm starved right now, so I'm going to head in here in just a minute. After breakfast, I'm going to be out here first thing, sanding the boot stripe, and obviously not sanding it all the way down to gel coat. I'm just talking about sanding it to get all the crud off from it. Then after that, at 9 o'clock, I'm going to be going up to West Marine, and I've already described this last night. I call them, and they will shake up my paint that I've had for the bottom of this boat forever. At least been over a year. I got it when it was on sale. Gary called me and said, paint, bottom paint's on sale if you want to buy it. And so he went ahead and picked it up, and I reimbursed him the $100. And but this is a bladed paint, and this is the one I've been planning on ever since I knew that I was going to be putting bottom paint on this boat. This is what I'd planned. So I'm going to take it up there, have them shake it up, bring it back here, and then at that point, with the bottom, with the boot stripe all sanded and ready to go, everything gets a wipe down. Once the wipe down is done, especially at the boot stripe, the whole thing is going to be taped off. And once it's taped off, then we begin bottom painting, because I'm ready. Everything's sanded. Everything's ready to go, and I'm just as excited as I can possibly be. I can't believe it, man. Like I said last night, 3.5 years. 3.5 years I've been working on this, and it's finally coming around. All right, guys, breakfast, and we'll be back out here and do some sanding on that boot stripe.
See this mess? See all that right there? None of this made any sense when I got on board the first time on this trip down. I said, look at the crap. It's everywhere. Look at this, would you? And I couldn't figure it out until I got right down here. Raccoons have been on this boat, or a raccoon has been on this boat. And he's been right up underneath. He's been all over this boat, peeing, making a mess. I don't believe it. Well, guys, now I know what I'm going to have to do before I leave. I'm going to have to completely scrub down this hull. What a piece of crap, that stinker. I said, what is... The cockpit looked like a tornado hit it with a bunch of crap. I bet you that's all raccoon pee back there. Okay, enough on this. I gotta get to work. Brown stuff right there, I guarantee that's raccoon pee. I never have anything like that on my boat. Ever. Water, yes. Not brown. That's raccoon pee. I'll tell you what, that little bugger. If I ever kill him, I'll shoot him. Of course, I don't live in Vermont. I mean, I live in Vermont, and unfortunately, down here, you can't just shoot things when you feel like it. I wouldn't mind, I tell you. Okay, let's take a picture of this. Yeah, anyway. Hang on, I'm going to just take a picture. Well, guys, we're all taped up, ready for paint. And about another, well, just about now I need to be taken off with that brand new bottom paint and head for West Marine so that I can get it shaken up and get back here and start doing the job. So, this is a great birthday. Awesome. See you guys in a few minutes. Well, guys, we're all painted up. Bottom paint's on. That boot stripe is going to get painted, by the way. I've got some nice marine enamel that's going to go on there and whiten that up and clean it up. I've got to move the stands and get under where the pads are, but other than that, we're done both port and starboard. Oh, hang on. Here we go. So that's it, guys. This is what my hands look like. Anyway, gonna go get cleaned up. And anyway, I'm gonna just let everything sit for now and come back to this later. Well, with the bottom all painted, and now I have the boot stripe all taped off and ready to go, I'm going to go downstairs and get out my my marine white and get this painted, and then I'll move over to port. Well, guys, I basically spent the entire day sanding, taping, painting, and she's all done, including the boot stripes. Now, I'll say this. Anytime you do a 50-year-old boot stripe, you're not painting anything original. Because I'll tell you, it was obvious the more I got into this that that boot stripe had been painted about, 10 different ways over the years. But anyway, there it is. Kind of proud of it. Got a lot of work done today. And it's my birthday, so, I feel good about it. So let me get back over into port. Boot stripe's going to take a while to dry. That marine enamel, whatever it was, is very slow drying. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll let it sit overnight and we should be good by morning. No rain. I've been so blessed on this trip just have beautiful, beautiful weather the whole time. A little cloudy this morning, a little cool the first day, but we're good. This is all going to get clean and buffed out before she goes in the water. But for right now, that's the way it can look right there when it's been cleaned and buffed out. That one strip. I did that as a test strip. So anyway, guys, hope you like it. I like it. Next time the stands get moved and everything under the pads gets sanded and painted, and she'll be all done, ready for the water. So, boy, got a bunch done on this trip. Let me shut down for now. I got to finish cleaning up and try to get things put away before supper time. And look how grubby that is. I can't wait till it gets buffed out. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Well, guys, she's a far sight cleaner than she was when I found her after the raccoon had trashed this cockpit, I'll tell you. Man, you cannot believe how filthy it was. Just disgusting. I even found a little clump of fur here on the starboard bench seat. Unbelievable. This is after a whole lot of cleaning. And right now, even the foredeck is not clean. And the problem there is that is a compilation of a lot of sanding black bottom paint. And it all got up onto that foredeck. I've swept it. But next time down, everything gets a complete wash. I mean, this entire deck and cabin gets a complete wash down. I would do it this time if it weren't for one thing. I've got brand new, fresh bottom paint, and oh, man, I'm gagging on pollen around here. Bottom paint and boot stripe paint that's still drying, and I'm not about to go running any water. All right, gotta get out of here. All right, guys, so this is gonna be a wrap up on this trip. One of the things that just came kind of crashing home tonight as I was looking at all the videotape footage of everything I've been doing is that we are very rapidly getting little girl to the point where she'll be able to go in the water. The beauty of it is I'm not planning to go in until August. And I know this is kind of a revelation at this point because there's no certainty on any of this, but yeah, I'm not planning to go until August. What that leaves is half of June and all of July to finish everything up. And at this point, the boat is pretty much ready. I've got some work to do on a couple of through hulls. Definitely need to, well, I'll talk to you about that in another video. But other than that, the mast has to be completely prepped. And it's not. I've got to get all the running rigging back onto the mast and just make sure everything is all in order on that. There's some things are really, well, I will specify the long enough to just say this, that I really am concerned about the through hulls to the old head that was on this boat. I've looked at them. They do not look secure. If I had my way, if I had time, and I'm not going to do this because I don't have the time. If I had the time, I would take them right out of the boat and completely build back solid fiberglass over both of those through hulls to where this would be one solid glass boat. Where those things go through the hull. I don't have time for that. So anyway, but I do have time to go ahead and chisel out the old caulking that is around them and tape off all the way around them and thoroughly caulk around the where those things go through the hull. And believe me, if you could see them, you'd understand what I'm talking about. That needs to be done. But anyway, the beauty of it is I've got a month and a half to get everything done, and I'm just ticking them off one at a time. Anyway, but like I said, other than that, and getting the mast set, man, she's looking good. We're looking, the bottom paint is on, boot stripe, that's all pretty stuff. Boot stripe is all painted. The name is on. The motor's in. Look, a lot of guys would go ahead and splash with just what's been accomplished so far, but I am, I'm just going to take my time and look forward to August and our maiden voyage. My brother and I are planning it. We're going to working on the details and looking forward to it. Anyway, hey guys, thanks for coming. Appreciate you stopping by Restoring Little Girl. And, man, awesome trip. I hope you feel the same way. Leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are, because I'm finally getting to the point where I'm looking down the road and saying, yeah, we're going to get there. Anyway, hey, thanks for coming. Take care. We'll catch you next time down.